Hey guys, this is Salty. Welcome to my BM Hunter Pack Leader Raid Guide for the Liberation of Undermine in patch 11.1. As of right now, Pack Leader is significantly stronger than Dark Ranger and should ideally be played on every boss fight. In this guide, I will be going over absolutely everything that you need to know to top meters in the new raid, including tips, tricks, and talent builds for each boss. So let's get straight into it. As usual, the export codes for my single target AOE and boss specific talent builds are all listed in the video description below, so make sure you check that out before you head off. Okay, let's look at rotation. For our single target opener, you want to be applying a hunter's mark to your priority target as usual. We want a barbed shot to send your pet and to apply that first stack of frenzy and bleed, bestial wrath, and then it's another barbed shot. From here, you want to use the remainder of your kill commands and barbed shots alternating in order. After this, you're safe to cast Call of the Wild, and you should be also popping your potion and on-use trinket at the same time. You can macro all this together. I'll link that below for you. From here on out, you want to be maintaining 3 stacks of frenzy using barbed shot. You should be using bestial wrath as much as possible. Call of the Wild whenever possible, preferably using all of your kill commands beforehand. Kill command whenever possible, and if you have nothing else to do, that's when you press Cobra Shot. Now, not specifically called for in this raid, but if you'd like AOE tips, tricks, and rotation, it's probably just easier to check out my latest 11.1 BM Hunter Mythic Plus guide. I'll link this in the video description below for you as well, guys, don't worry. Okay, so this is our general stat priority. Again, you should always be simming yourself using raid bots whenever you are considering a new upgrade. These are the best trinkets for raiding. These are the 2 best embellishments for raiding. These are the enchants and gems you should be using for raiding. These are the consumables that you should be using for raiding. You should be using the Circe Circlet Ring with the Stormbringer's Runed Citrine, Fathom Dweller's Runed Citrine, and the Legendary Skipper's Citrine. You can use this until you find a better upgrade, which will probably happen around the 665 item level in Heroic. You should be aiming to replace your existing tier or try to obtain the new tier set as soon as possible. The 2 set bonus is especially strong for BM Hunters this season, so make sure you are utilizing the catalyst to make tier pieces as necessary. You can now change the pet type of any of your pets to either tenacity, cunning, or ferocity. Ideally, you want to have all 3 pet types represented in your stable while your active pet is placed into the far right slot. If you are required to provide primal rage for your raid, your pet should be set to ferocity. Otherwise, always set your pet to tenacity. The best pets for raiding are either a Spirit Beast, which comes with a small bonus heal in the form of Spirit Mend, and a Kiri, which has a slightly higher DPS uptime thanks to June Strider, or a Stone Hound, which comes with an instant pet res on an 8-minute cooldown. Pretty handy. Your race is largely inconsequential, but I've had people ask about this in the last video. If you really want to be super duper min-maxing, then Dwarf for Alliance and Tauren for Horde. Okay, let's take a quick look at boss specific tips, tricks, and talent builds. My recommended talent build for each boss are listed in the video description below, so again, check that out. For the first boss, Vexy Full Throttle, try to line up your Call of the Wild with Mechanical Breakdown. Use crowd control to stop the Loo Pit mechanic from repairing the boss. Tar Trap, Binding Shot, and Implosive Trap all will work fine here. Second boss, Cauldron of Carnage, try to use crowd control to keep the voltaic image from reaching its target. Again, Tar Trap, Binding Shot, Freezing Trap, these are all good options. For Rick Reverb, try to line your Call of the Wild up with Spark Blast Ignition. Use Disengage right after blowout to change direction and cover more distance. If you find yourself poorly positioned for Blaring Drop, consider turtling. For Styx Bunk Junker, try to line up Call of the Wild with the ad waves from electromagnetic sorting. Sit on your Call of the Wild if Rolling Rubbish is about to start, since this will completely disrupt your call window if you're chosen. Use Binding Shot to gather and manage the Loo Junkyard Hyena. Use Aspect of the Turtle to avoid the dot from exploding Loo terrorist bombshells. Feign, combined with the emergency salve, will remove infected bite from the hyenas. For Sprocket Munger Lock and Stock, you can use Turtle to soak multiple foot blasters without taking on any unstable shrapnel. Your Exhilaration ability can be used to remove the Healing Absorb from Void Explosion. For the One-Armed Bandit, Turtle to avoid the dot from Reward, Flame and Coin. Binding Shot on Lou, Fiery Dynamite Booty and Dynamite Booty. Exhilaration to clear the Absorb from Foul Exhaust. Disengaged can be used for the knockback from Lou Hypercoil. Try to line up your Call of the Wild with the Lou Real Assistant if you can. For Muggsy, interrupt Disintegration Beam with Feign Death if you are targeted. Bursting Shot can push back unstable Crawler Mines. You may need to save your Call of the Wild for the last phase if your raid is lacking in damage a little bit. You can turtle out of Frost Shatter Spears as well, keep that in mind. For the final boss, Chrome King Gallywix, hold Call of the Wild until the boss is at 50% to help rapidly break the total destruction shield. Exhilaration can be used to clear the Mech Engineer's canisters. And you can Trank to remove Lumbering Rage from Dark Fuse Wrenchmongers. Keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you found this useful. I tried to keep this as concise as I could. I'll be making weekly videos this season to go over any changes and tips that I pick up along the way. So if you do want to be kept up to date, make sure you hit subscribe and enable all notifications, and I'll let you know what's happening. As usual, feel free to drop any comments in the comments section below, and I will do my very best to get back to you, I promise. I've had a busy week, but I'm going to get back to the ones in the other video as well, I promise. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Love your stuff. I'll catch you in my next video. Cheers.